What's going on? Welcome to the Pro Day Sports Performance Podcast. We got a fun one for you today. We're going to give you a little idea on what goes into Pro Day, all aspects of it. So I'm actually here with Emma Jackson, my wife, and I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Josh Jackson. I'm going to be the host of this, but I am with Emma Jackson, my wife, today. We're going to be explaining a little bit about all sides to Pro Day. So there's a bunch of different facets to it. The whole goal being sports performance, health and wellness, and so on. So I'm going to give a little insight into who she is, what she does, and then we'll give you some tips, tricks, whatever it may be, just some guidelines so you can, I guess, find your way through the cluttered fitness and health and wellness industry. So we're going to give you tips and tricks that you can take, put into play to help yourself out. So first off, what's up, Emma?
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm a little nervous, but really excited to be your guest on a podcast.
Awesome.
It's kinda
Cool deal. I'm happy to have you here. I get to see you and talk to you all day, every day, but this is something that now it's like an interview.
Yeah.
I've never interviewed my wife before.
I've never been interviewed by you, so it's intimidating.
Yeah. So first thing, jump into a little bit. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, whatever you want people to know about you.
Well, my name is Emma. Obviously, last name is Jackson. I'm born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've always been into sports and athleticism, and I did cheer gymnastics forever. I lifted weights in high school once I gave sports up, and that kind of started my love for fitness and health. And my mom was always a health freak. She was always teaching us all these at-home remedies to heal yourself naturally and all this stuff. So that's kind of where the health part came into play, and then the love for fitness and moving my body, and then those two worlds combined, and here I am now.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird because I grew up and my parents were not they were always very healthy. I always ate very well. I played sports my whole life, exercised my whole life, but the side of your mom has hippie tendencies.
Oh yeah.
So she's definitely here's your essential oils, that kind of aspect, which I never had that.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you are out at the gym and familiar at the gym, I currently am vegan, and I've been vegan since October. So what is that, 8 months now?
Yeah.
About that?
Close.
Yeah. So somewhere around that, 7 or 8 months. And that is something I never, ever would have thought about or done without you being involved in that, because you took those things from your mom and kind of applied that. I mean, that's like a huge thing you've shifted in our relationship. And then my focus on the workout, go to the gym, that kind of stuff kind of pushed into you. And so our whole health, everything is just kind of blossomed from things that we grew up with and then things that we found interest in as we got older.
Yeah, I remember when we first started dating, I hated going to the gym by myself, but you were really into lifting in college, and so I kind of wanted to get into the heavy lifting world, and so I got my membership at Planet Fitness, and when you came home on the weekends, we'd go work out, and you would send me workouts every day, and I'd go by myself and do them.
I remember that. I was up at school in Kansas. I would come in on the weekends, and I remember coming in, and we would go to Planet Fitness at 1 in the morning and work out for 2 hours. It was ridiculous.
Because I worked. Yeah. I worked until 10 or 11 sometimes. And
I can't even fathom right now thinking about going to the gym at 1 in the morning and working
Especially Planet Fitness, no offense, but that sounds miserable.
Yeah. Disclaimer, if that's what you're going to, that's fine.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you.
That is a great first place.
Yeah.
Yes, but now, no, not really.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit about you and a little bit about our relationship. But let's talk now about you with Pro Day, the things that you do with Pro Day as of right now, and obviously it's ever expanding. Everybody's roles are changing all the time. But right now, what is it that you do with Pro Day for people that don't know?
Currently, I train the adult classes there. We train 3 days a week. We do a lot of different styles. So my goal when starting to train adults was functionality. And basically what that means is when it comes to fitness and moving, it's everyday movements that you perform. So squatting, bending over to pick up something heavy, lifting something and carrying it inside. Ways to use your body that will...
They're preserve...
Yes.
So you can, when you're 60, you can get up off the couch.
Yes, and you can always pick up your grandchild, and you can always bend over and lift something heavy, and all sorts of stuff.
That's end goal. Obviously, through that, they lose weight, build
muscle. They're getting
muscle.
stronger, absolutely. We also throw in a lot of balance type exercises.
Mm-hmm.
We do single side work. We do some pretty high intensity stuff as well in order to also improve their cardiovascular health. So the way that their heart pumps blood through their body, we always want it to perform at its best. So that's another
Yeah.
part of it
For
too.
sure. It's similar to, so I mean, the way, if you listen to our podcast about like the way we do it different, talking about sets and all that stuff, time, circuit training, all that stuff, the adult class is similar. The difference being that like there you're not looking for an overall explosive, how high can you jump? You're just
Yeah.
wanting to get through the movements with these adults. And I mean, if you're an adult and you remember playing sports, you loved doing the training and stuff, by coming and doing an adult class, you're going to get that side of it. Like my mom, your mother-in-law now,
Mm-hmm.
she comes and does every adult class, and she's told my dad that like it makes me feel like I never did sports in high school. I never had like the team environment and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So coming out there gives her that feeling and
Yeah.
that drive of like, oh, this is awesome.
Absolutely. I'm very big on like cheering each other on. So anytime we do athletes work on different colors. So they go back and forth and usually they
Yeah.
have like a partner is what I call it in their whatever exercises they're on.
Yep.
And we cheer each other on. When they're resting, they're really cheering their partner on and that really gives you a source of like a feeling of empowerment. Like
Oh, for
I
sure.
freaking got this.
Yeah.
And they do. They kill it.
For sure. It's awesome too because our adult class, literally, we have everything from 21-year-olds that are
Yeah.
just like, they're not coming to do sports performance training, but they want to do stuff similar
Yeah.
to 65-year-old. Like we have
Absolutely.
literally every end of the spectrum and all in between. I mean, I guess I say 21-year-olds. My nieces come and do the adult
They
class.
love to come and do it and they're 13,
Yeah.
12, 13.
12 and 13, yeah, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, Avery, Maddie, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's cool because it's a whole dynamic and everybody feels the burn, they feel the suck and everything after it, but it's something that, I mean, it feels rejuvenating. I know I've talked to a lot of them since everything has been shut down for a second here, and they're feeling it and wanting to be back in that environment, which
Absolutely.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you head up. I mean, you are the head of all of our adult classes right now, which is awesome. You do all the programming and all that stuff, which is great. So I mean, first thing, if you are interested in adult classes, try. I mean, it's a free trial, so you can come in and try it and see what you think. But it's a whole eclectic group of people all in different areas that just come in, get working, and then head on out. But
yeah, every shape and size as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes along with age.
Yeah.
We have every different type of person possible, and it works for everybody.
For sure. That's awesome. Okay, so that's anything else you want to throw about you? You're obsessed with cats and animals.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with cats.
Yeah. So if you like cats,
That's about it.
Emma's your girl. She's got cat coffee mugs, but
Yeah, like, I think I'm going on like 6 now, which is pretty embarrassing.
yeah,
so.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
We'll
let's get
just
back to
bleep that
fitness.
out.
Yeah.
So, well, let's go into the last little bit. Let's give not a ton, but some very tangible and applicable things that people can add to routines to drastically impact their overall health and wellness. So we'll go at all ends of the spectrum, thinking that let's deal. I mean, since we're talking adult classes, these apply to whoever. But let's say we're talking to the people in your classes.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that you have that you could say like, here's something that's easy to do. You can throw this in, and it'll already change stuff that your, I guess, overall health.
Flexibility.
Flexibility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to improve, period, you've got to be flexible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really important for health.
So to
overall.
clarify for everyone, is flexibility, are we talking like stretching?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
being able to stretch, relax the muscles that are tight. It honestly helps to correct some things that are wrong too. I mean, you could walk in a weird way, and that's because maybe you're tight somewhere and your body's trying to correct, so that's why you walk with a limp. So try stretching muscles out.
Yeah. Perfect. So if somebody's working out, do some good stretching stuff. So I mean, how long should somebody do that? They like 5 days a week, 3 days a week, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I mean, 5 minutes a day and maybe 3 days to every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just get in what you can. And I mean, that's going to be, when it comes to fitness, no matter what people tell you, what you hear online and all that stuff, nobody knows for certain the best thing that works. Like even things that we have thought that are these are 100% true have then become areas where like we might not be so certain with this. So when it comes to stuff, if you're doing things that help with flexibility, get your heart rate up, anything is better than nothing. So doing
Yeah.
nothing, we know that's probably the one thing that we know for certain. It does not help overall health by being stagnant in everything that you do. Now, doing anything is helpful. We don't know the exact recipe, and obviously, on a person to person basis, you know that, like, okay, you walk up the stairs to get to your apartment. Maybe not that, but go walk a half mile, and then maybe we're looking at a different outcome that's then beneficial. So, as long as it's something that's not in your day to day routine, that's not exercise, you could probably contribute that to a little bit of exercise or anything like that. I mean, baseline is get your heart rate up, breathe. Like, so if you're walking around and you go on a walk and at the end of that walk you're winded, you worked out. Like, the number one way to tell if you've worked out good enough is if you're short of breath. If you are having to take like deep breaths, then you've had a good workout in. No matter what it is, if you walked, if you ran, if you lifted weights, that's going to be a good step. So, as far as anything else exercise, is there an exercise that you would say is your go-to for people? Obviously whatever's accessible, but if somebody's like, I'm open and I have an hour a day 3 days a week, what should I do? Where would you start with that? Obviously the answer is do whatever, but what's
Right.
something that I guess you have to find the thing you're interested in.
Yeah, I think it goes back to really finding what you enjoy too. Because a lot of people will go lift weights and then get tired of it and burn out because
Hmm.
they hate lifting weights. If you hate lifting weights, don't go to a gym and lift weights.
Yeah.
If you love running, run.
Yeah.
Perfect your form and go run.
Yeah.
And aim for a goal at the end of every week. If you are a heavy lifter and you want to do that or are interested in doing that, then do your research, maybe find a coach that's into heavy lifting to teach you how to lift weights properly and do that. If you like cycling, go cycle.
Yeah.
It really just depends on each person because everybody's interests are different. What keeps you focused and, you know, is different as well.
Yeah.
And really your body's going to respond to different things also.
Yeah.
So what works for me is not going to work for Sally, and what works for Sally might not work for me because we have different body types as well. So you need to do what works for you, and you need to do what you enjoy too.
Longevity is the goal. Like how do you find something that you can do? For myself, lifting weights. Since my freshman year of college, I mean even into high school a good amount, but freshman year of college I got serious about lifting weights. And since then it's something that it doesn't feel like, oh, I got to do this. Like maybe like with the COVID stuff a little
It
bit,
feels like that at home,
but
yeah.
when you get to go to a gym and stuff, it doesn't feel like that for me. So that's what I stick with. Now, if somebody told me that had to go to a cycle bar for every single workout, that probably wouldn't keep me motivated enough to be like, this is my thing. I would
Yeah.
rather go to the gym. So if you can find that thing that's longevity, this is the thing I could do for a really long time, and thinking that no thing is better than another. Like, yeah, training for a marathon is fantastic. So you train for a
Mhm.
marathon for 3 months, you run a marathon, and you're like, dang, like my cardio is crazy good, everything's crazy good, but then you quit running because you're burnt out on it. That is going to be worse than walking 3 miles every single day for 4 years. You want to find the thing that you can do for a long period of time and stick with it. And then, like you
Mhm.
said, find the thing that works for you. The only
Yeah.
way you can do that is through trying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, as far as exercise goes, find something you enjoy doing. Walking, 7 minutes of ab exercises a day. Emma has been lately practicing push up. Sorry, handstands. And so there's like, oh, you can YouTube how to do a handstand, training behind handstands.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it Morgan Rosemary? Rose something?
Maroney.
Moroni.
Morgan Maroney.
Morgan
She has
Ramoni.
a YouTube channel
Yeah.
and she teaches you how to do stuff like
And you
that.
watch her and do handstand practice, which you're like, "Pfft, handstand practice." But then you get done, you're dripping sweat, heavy
I'm not,
breathing.
I warm up, okay? I do her 5 minute warm up and I'm already like, gosh, I'm over this
Yeah.
because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, find the thing that works for you and do it, and find the thing that
Yeah.
you can do for a long time.
Absolutely.
Cool. Last little bit, that's on the exercise side. For the nutrition side, is there anything that you would say as far as the nutrition side goes?
I would say that there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information on what you should and shouldn't be eating, and good carbs and bad carbs, and all that crazy stuff. And while all that information is wonderful to have, it can be very confusing and overwhelming. So, I am a true believer in, I'm quoting here, air quoting, intuitive eating. That to me is just eating when you're hungry. Okay, that's really important. But also, with that, eating things that you know benefit your body. If I know that vegetables are better for me than a bowl of sugary, crappy processed cereal, I'm probably going to go with the vegetables. Even though they're not always wonderful, I know that I'm not only getting the healthy carbs that I need, the good carbs that I need to energize my body, but I'm giving myself the nutrients that I need to function every day and to recover from whatever style of exercise or movement that I've done. So, sticking with things that um, are really healthy, because we all know what those things are: fruits and vegetables and good sources of carbohydrates, whole grains, all that stuff. Vegan diet or not vegan, paleo or keto, whatever you do, just fuel your body with things that will help you recover, continue to move, whatever it is, and your body will thank you later for those things. So, I'm not saying that it's bad to have those things, but especially if you're somebody who's really wanting to get on the right track with exercise and the foods that you consume, I think the best thing that you can do is just stick with the basics for now. So go with fruits and vegetables, a good source of carbohydrates, and a good clean source of protein.
Hmm.
That's it. It's literally that simple.
Well, and that's kind of the stuff that since you're a kid, you're told eat your vegetables and all that stuff. It's true. Like it is extremely helpful. It's beneficial. So do it. Like don't shy away and don't try to find the secret sauce to it of it's got to be this or it's got to be that. I'm in the future we'll go into some detail on dieting and what diets are good versus bad. But at the end of the day, and this is a little bit of a spoiler alert, but it's not about what diet is the best diet. It's about what diet works for you. So like keto works, and so does Atkins or whatever you do if you do it right. At the end of the day, it's all about how many calories did you burn per day versus how many calories did you eat per day. That's a baseline, simple as that. Will you win or lose, like in the terms of losing weight? Now, there's a little bit of variable. We'll go into all that later, but do what you know. Like you know that broccoli and spinach are good for you. I don't think there's people out there that are saying spinach is bad for you. You might not like the way it tastes, but it's good for you. So go with the stereotypical things that you know, hey, this is healthy. Hey, this is good for me. And then don't be scared of different macro and micronutrients. When I say macronutrients, that's carbs, fats, and protein. Micronutrients are vitamins. Make sure you're getting whatever source of vitamins it is. Take a multivitamin every day. And I mean, take the steps that everybody knows you should take these steps. I think the general population would be like, it's probably a good idea to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But people shy away from it because they try to look for that secret answer. There
Yeah.
is no secret answer.
Well, and in my opinion, food is the same as fitness. Fitness, there are so many different ways to do it. You just have to figure out what works best for you. And food is that same way. Find something that you like and stick with it. And also, don't be afraid to switch it up if you feel bored. So, if you are someone who hates vegetables, find a way to like vegetables. You don't
Hmm.
have to just oven roast them or eat them raw and expect to like them.
Yeah.
Grill them,
Yeah.
saute them. Do something that just takes it over the top for you.
Yeah. Find the things that work for you. Fitness, health in general, everything. Make sure, eat healthy, work out, do the things that you know. Take deep breaths every once in a while in the day, stretch out, and have fun. At the end of the day, have fun with whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the workouts that you do, enjoy moving your body, and enjoy the foods that you eat too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Emma, anything else from you that you want to talk about? The floor is yours if you want to. If not, no worries.
I don't really have too much else to say. Just take care of your body.
Yeah, for sure. And
Still enjoy the things in life that are enjoyable. We all love ice cream. We all love cookies. We all love donuts. But every day, all the time is not doing anything beneficial for us. It does good for your soul, but it doesn't do good for weight loss or muscle gain or all that stuff. So do things that are good for your body while also being able to enjoy the things in life um, that are here for us to enjoy.
Yeah, it's not all or nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sweet. So, in the idea of sports performance training, eating like that, to like adults, there's variation in there. That stuff we'll get into in future podcasts. If you have specific questions on like, oh hey, I'm not doing the adult training, but I am doing like the sports performance training side. What do I eat? Contact us. Let us know. I can give you tons of things, areas you should go about doing things differently in and all that. I mean, find your goals and go for it, whether it's weight loss, whether it's to be the best at your sport, do the things necessary. So if it's the sports performance training and eating, that's fantastic. If it's just getting some exercise in and eating as an adult, again, fantastic. So I think that will do it for us. Thank you for being on, Emma.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was fun. So, again, if you have any questions about anything, let me know and DM us, email us, call us, whatever it is, and we'll give you some answers. That's going to be it for today. So, thank you for tuning in for the Pro Day Sports Performance Podcast. We look forward to seeing y'all next time or hearing you next time. Peace.